That is
Yes. Some of them have said that they will be joining within few minutes.
by mistake I pressed the leave button. You started recording and there's a message that you want to continue or leave. So by mistake I pressed the leave button.
It's okay. Okay. Let me
Yes.
Just let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yes. So welcome everyone to today's TT session where we will learn how to answer the questions that kids throw at us smartly. So the technique that I had devised is the clean technique. I had devised this with the help of my mother. My mother is a lecturer, and one of the subjects that she teaches is child development. And so we just brainstorm and came up with this technique. So it's clean. C and L means calmly listen. So the majority of the part of your speech, you should be very calm. You should not avoid or you should not fidget. You don't have to make the child feel that now, no, our parent is just avoiding it. Maybe it's something mushy, sort of. You don't want that to happen. So you just calmly listen and be confident. Next is for explain, which means you can explain it through an example or theory or analogy, and A is appropriate to the age. Now, the questions that I'll be asking is from the kids from the age range 7 to 11 years old. Okay, so appropriate to that age, you have to form your answer. And N, which is the final letter, which is necessary or not. If you think that the question is too tough for the child to even grasp it, then you might decide to deflect it, to not answer it, but you need to deflect it very positively. You have to acknowledge that the question is right and give some basis or some theory to the child and then positively deflect it in a positive body language. I'll give you an example. When I was a child, I asked my mother, what is honeymoon? Okay. And she told me that two people who do not know each other well, they go on a trip to understand each other. That is honeymoon. Now you can see she did not delve too much into detail, and she just spoke two lines, but it satisfied my curiosity. I had seen in my childhood that okay, after as they get married, they go on a trip, and people call that honeymoon. So it did satisfy the logical side of my brain, but she did not get too much into it, and I did not get overwhelmed. So that is how you answer. Being so you do not deflect from the truth too much as well, and you don't delve too much into detail as well. You maintain the balance. So that's how you go ahead with answering. Next is you're allotted 1 minute for evaluation, and after that I'll strictly mute you after 1 minute. So please keep your evaluation within 1 minute. And if you if I mute you and if you want to add something more to the evaluation, you can just put it into the chat. I hope it's clear to everybody.
Poorva, I want to know that in evaluation we have to talk only about the clean technique or only about the recommendations, or it's like in the normal Toastmasters we do some positive, like start with positive approach.
First 10 seconds, tell the three best positives in the speech. Good voice modulation, this, that, whatever it is. But when you come to recommendation, evaluate how you feel. Is it right for the child? That answer. You can evaluate according to the clean method as well, or if there is a more appropriate way, if the person has used more appropriate, then you can accordingly accordingly evaluate. It's up to you how you feel about it at the end of the day. Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. All right, we have 4 participants. Let me just lock the meeting now. Okay, the first question will be given to Munish. And the question is, Okay. Why do people do bad things? Why
Why do?
do people do bad things?
Okay, 1 second. So, it people do bad things, and you also see people do bad things, and many times you're also told that don't do bad things. So bad things are the things that is not appropriate, that will hurt someone, or where also get hurt, or when you don't study and teachers scold you that this is bad thing, or you uh, beat somebody, your fellow friend, then you're also told that it is a bad thing to do. So why people do bad things? Because first, they don't listen to their elders, they don't listen to their parents, what is right and what is wrong. They do the things on their own. And second, um, they do bad things because they spend more time in doing those things that is not good. For example, they spend too much time in playing, and not doing their homework, their studies. And so their minds get deflected, and their mind gets so much deflected that they don't know what they're doing, and they end up doing bad things. So all the people that do these things are because they don't follow the discipline, and they don't follow their teachers and parents. Thank you, and over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Manish. That was a sweet and short 1 minute, 22 seconds. Maybe you wanted to convey that idle mind is devil's tools, and that is why children get reflected and they do bad things. Uh, Talking about the clean format, okay, yes, you calmly listened to it. And yes, with your body language, I did feel that you did not get overwhelmed with the question. You were very polite and the kid would like it. And you explained with the analogy. Your analogy was clear. Example was given appropriate to the age, and you did not deflect it because you could have all answered it. So you did follow the clean format. What I would suggest that maybe because you come from the millennial background, or maybe in traditional India, we always think that only listening to elders would help you to follow the right path, but there are other perspectives as well. So maybe you had time, 30-40 seconds, you could have added other perspectives to that as well.
Can you give me one two perspective? I was thinking, but nothing came to my mind. What
I
did?
personally, I mean, I don't feel that if I have been a person who never listened to her parents, I would always do the exact opposite of what my parents told me. So I
No,
would
no,
rather
that is okay.
suggest
But
the
what other perspectives can be to these
yes. So
things?
that means that you listen to your heart always, okay, and tell parents what you think about it rather than just blindly following what parents say. Maybe you can tell us what you want and try it out personally. That way you will know what is right and good. So it is allowed that you can do what you want as well. It is also allowed. It is not necessary that only go by the book. This is my perspective. Okay, we can discuss more about it at the end of the session. Now let's move ahead. And the second participant would be Chintan, who will be evaluated by Munish. Okay.
Purva, just to ask, I did not understand completely how to approach the topic. Sorry for that. I had a call in between.
Okay. Okay, I'll quickly explain. Clean, that means the first two letters C and L are calmly listen, which means that you do not fidget or you do not show the child that you are avoiding that question. You go ahead and show an appropriate, confident body language. So it's about the delivery part. And E means that explain with example, theory, or analogy to explain the child the concept. You can use any of these three, right? A theory or analysis or any example. And it means that it should be appropriate to the age. It should not be too tough for them to grasp the thing. or too easy, or I mean, just it does not satisfy their curiosity. It should be in the middle. And N is necessary. It means that if you think that it is not appropriate for their age, or they don't need to understand that concept right now, you need to deflect it positively by giving them some candy sort of thing. You give them some theory, but make them understand that you will understand this later on in your life.
Okay.
That's how it is.
I want to just add that there is a big difference between 7-year-old and 11-year-old, the mental that they can grab. So, can you just also add with this your topics that what age it could be? 11 years or 6-7 years, like
So you want me to give the exact age?
around it, because I think 6-7 years and there is this gap between the 4-5 years of
I
this.
don't think that there is much gap as such.
Okay, if it's okay, then no issue.
For me, child is a child, and I don't understand the technicalities of age.
Yes.
And I am still a child, so it's okay.
Yes. Okay, let me just give you the question. Okay. Why did swear words get invented if we are not allowed to say them? Why did swear words get invented if we are not allowed to say them?
I don't understand the topic. Actually, swear means swearing on someone.
Swear words means that BSDK words and all that people use, right? I mean,
Means abusive words.
yes, abusive words. Yes, that is swear word.
Why swear word were invented if
If we are not allowed to say them. This is very interesting. I want to listen what you want to say. Yes.
there are a few things always exist in life, but we don't always use everything available, right? Swear words are just like them. We don't use them because they are not good words. And you are now old enough not to use such words in front of anyone. I can't do that.
Just try it. You have again 1.5 minutes to think of something.
Means I speak in a way that content is always for a mature person or a kind of heavy stuff. I don't know how to address this.
You're in catch-22 sort of situation, maybe.
This is
Rahul
what
can-
we have to learn. Like, this is what we have to learn. No,
Yes,
So
exactly. That is why the session is there.
it
So
is
we
not
can
kind
learn
of
to
an.
talk to kids.
How would I say to child? Maybe you will get older and then you will get get to
Just
use
because
such
I gave
words.
you the chance to deflect it, don't deflect it.
I would say the child that go to Munish and Munish will explain it better.
Okay.
Yeah, next please.
Yes, Munish, please go ahead. What are your thoughts?
With my evaluation or thoughts, like the topic. With
No,
my
you
evaluation,
just
right?
speak on.
You can evaluate as well as state that how he could have answered it.
Okay. So I think first it is important to understand the point, like what points we can give to the child according to the child. For example, we can, if I would, what I would say that swear words are not invented by the people who are well educated and who live in or stay with good family members. There are people in the world that are very spoiled people. They are uneducated and they don't have a good life, have good family. And these people, when if you have gone to the station, then you can see the other side. Like, there are people who live in the slums and they are dirty, they don't wear good clothes. So what they, why do these do see, and these kind of people use these words, they talk in this kind of language because they are not well disciplined, and so this is not invented by the people who have a good background. So it is not for you to seek these kinds of things. You should stay away from these kinds of things, otherwise you will be also be counted as a person who has that kind of a background. If you will use these words, then people will think that you belong to those kinds of families. So it is for them, it is invented by them. It is not invented by these kinds of people or our kind of people.
Yes, you are a very proper dad.
He can
Proper
be a
dad.
role model for parents. Amazing.
Yes, yes, nice, Manish. Great, I love the answer. All right. Now we'll go with Rahul, and he will be evaluated by Chintan. Yes, for you, the question is, why is it bad to pick your nose when it is so addicting?
When it is?
When it is so addicting.
It is addictive. I didn't know that, but okay.
For many kids, it is addictive.
Okay. How to start? I forgot. What is the target audience age?
Kids. Just kids.
This
would
is very
say.
difficult. Giving a speech to kids is difficult. Okay. Have you ever seen a hippopotamus? It is so big in size, always playing in mud and in water. Have you seen the nostrils? It is so huge. You could fit an orange in one nostril. If you have a habit of picking your nose, you know what will happen? You might be taken to the zoo and put in the place of the hippopotamus. Stop picking your nose. It's a very bad habit. These fingers are not meant to go up the nostrils. Keep your nose clean. Use a handkerchief. Always carry a clean handkerchief with you. If you have something in your nose, blow it and use your handkerchief for that. Don't put your fingers. Your fingers are already dirty. Putting more dirt inside is not going to be good. And it doesn't look nice and beautiful if you have something dangling from your nostrils. You want to be complimented, right? You don't want to be made fun of. So keep this habit away of picking nose, especially in public. No one wants that gooey stuff once your finger is gone up the nose and then you remove it. No one wants to touch your fingers. They will be afraid of having that gooey stuff on them. So it's best to avoid making this a habit. Take a proper bath, wash your face regularly, and stop picking your noses. Thank you. I think this was helpful.
Yes, very
I don't
Amazing,
know.
amazing.
I can't
It was really amazing.
recollect the format, clean format, but
No,
I tried to go with it.
but your logic was very good, very good.
The logic was good. It does not matter if you follow the format, if your logic is really nice, I would say. Yes, Chintan, please go ahead.
There's no recommendation, as you already mentioned, that logic was very good. And the way, as yesterday he has mentioned that few of us have different qualities, and I see that Rahul has a quality of having calm and composed speech. And this was none other than that. He initially digested the topic, arranged or articulated his thoughts, and delivered it in a way that all were eager to listen to him. So as you have mentioned, he has mentioned to me that it was my speech was better to his ears. I also loved to listen to his speech. No recommendation from my side.
Really amazing. Even I liked it. The way you explained that hippopotamus wala example was just fantastic. Keep it up. Yes, now let's move towards the next participant, Santosh. Hi, Santosh. Are you there?
Yeah, I am there. Hi, Poorva.
Hi, nice to meet you after such a long time. And Santosh has been one of my regular TT participants. Even when 8 months back I used to conduct, he was always there. So thanks for joining back, Santosh. And I hope that you are aware of the clean format. I had also pasted it in the chat window.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm aware of it.
And yes, yes. Now let me ask the question.
Yeah.
Why are we here on this earth? Why are we here on this earth?
Okay, this I need to explain to the kids, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, my kid is in front of me, and I will assume that. Okay. See, Purva. See, why we are here on the earth. That is we have some purpose, right? God has given us the beautiful birth on the earth so that we can enjoy our life, and that's the reason we have been sent from the sky to this earth, so that we can meet our friends, we can meet our parents, we can make new friends, we can see new places. See, we are here in a beautiful place called Pune, right? And we are going around, we are uh, we are roaming around, we see good new birds, new animals, right, daily. So that's we have to see that, we have to observe that, we have to enjoy that. They are also came on the earth, and they and God has sent them to us to meet us, and that's the reason we need to meet them, enjoy them, and uh, and we wanted to make this a very beautiful place. So to make this earth as a very beautiful place, you should not be throwing dust or garbage on the roads. Don't pollute the river or water beds because of the plastics. So you should remember those things, so that we and our the animals, or any other other people, other animals, birds will live on this earth peacefully. So do remember, don't live on the earth with a smile and make other people smile. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Good try, Santosh. Yes, yes, Rahul, you can go ahead with the evaluation.
I didn't know I had to evaluate Santosh. Okay. So he started off calmly. That is the objective of this format, clean. I could notice he was calm and steady throughout the whole speech time. He was listening. So there weren't any participants who were giving him feedback, but the effect of showing that someone is perceptive, welcoming, that was visible. He gave few examples. He moved from why we are here to how we can use our life in this world. So he made it into a reason automatically. That's a good way of moving from one point of view to another point of view, something which can excite children or make them understand things in a better manner. And again, this is something which can stand through any age group. It's not irrespective of a particular age group. This question makes even grown-ups think a lot. This question is important for children also to understand. And his way of expressing that fits through all age groups. To recommend something, I would say add something, a different type of element to it. I can't suggest you what, but how you added from how we can enjoy life, how we can meet friends. I think you could explore on that, maybe have another element. Maybe, like, for example, I'll just give you a hint. Maybe you could talk about food. Children like to eat a lot of sweet foods. So you could talk, would you like to try another?
Sorry, Rahul, you were muted because you actually, I gave you a leeway. It's almost 1 minute, 20 seconds, so I had to mute. But if you want to add something more, you can just put it in the chat. Yes, I have decided to be very strict now. So, all right. Now let's move with the second round. I guess we're done with the first round. And yes. Okay, now we'll start with Chintan. Chintan, and you will be evaluated by Santosh now. Okay?
So
Yes, let me give.
same thing, explaining to a child.
Yes, obviously, the entire session is about explaining to children.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Should I ask you, why don't I have a sister or brother? Why don't I have a sister or brother? Yes, tell me.
You know, you are the best and you don't require a brother or a sister. Just enjoy with your friends. We are living in a society where you will find so many friends, and the neighbors children are so close to us that they are always in our room. Why do you feel alone? That why do you need brother or a sister? Just enjoy, do your school work, and go play with your friends, and that's it.
Okay, you gave your best. I can see that. You were
Yes.
really perplexed as
It was
what
good. It was really
what
good.
I should do. Even I had asked this. I'm the only child of my parents, so I asked them, why don't I have a brother and sister? And that time, what my mother answered, that we, as you know, I even asked her how I was born, and she told that you were sent to us by God. And then when I asked her that why I don't have siblings, then she said that we have to book an appointment with God, and God is so busy. He handles the highest number of clients per day, so it would take a lot of time, so forget about it directly. And she was very strict, and because she was so cold when she actually addressed it, she was very angry. So I thought, let's not ask this once again. I just took it like that. Okay, so that is how my mother answered, but it did work with me. So yes, your style was also good. And I really liked that you, I mean, said that yes, why do you need someone else when you are so special? That's nice. Well, I want to waste the time. I'll ask Santosh to evaluate you. And yes, now your time starts. You're on mute, Santosh. We can't hear you, Santosh. Audio is not coming. No, we
You
can't
are
hear.
unmute, but I think your headset doesn't work.
Yes.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm on speaker now, right now. Yeah, so yeah, it was a good explanation. I like it. Yeah, he started with a good example and a good. It was a good start, but yeah, later on I found that he was lack of thoughts. So the whatever he wanted to explain was explained in initial 10-20 seconds, and later on he was not able to make a story out of it, which will be liked by any kid. Normally, kid likes stories, right? So I think whatever is your concept is right, that please try to put that in or articulate in that story so that kids will like it and kids will understand it more, and they might ask you the more questions, but it will give you they will understand why they will get the answer of your questions, and he needs to explain that things more. That is what I felt, and that is what I recommend, that just try to explore that into story.
Okay, done. Yes, thank you so much, Santosh. Now let's move to Santosh. Now Santosh will speak and Munish will evaluate. Okay. For you, the question is, how do you know God exists? How do you know God exists? You're on mute.
Okay, you muted me. Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, so assuming my kid's name is Poorva, so I will say that. So Poorva, so why do you think God doesn't exist? See, everyone, everywhere, the God exists. See, normally when we go to sleep, and after when you go to the sleep after a few hours, there is a sun, right? There is a daylight. How it happens? Do you think it happens because the God wakes up and he switch on his light, right? He brings the sun up so that you can go for playing with your friends, isn't it? So God exists. So after that, when you play with your friends or then you get tired, mama makes you the lunch, right? So that how mama knows that you are hungry? That is because God tells her that you are hungry, and that's the way it continues. Then afternoon again you sleeps, and after a few hours you again woke up. Then that's the routine happens, right? So that's the and so that's the reason. So whatever you do, so God always see that. So he always is like a CCTV. He always watch you from whatever you do or whatever you do not, right? So don't do bad things. Don't trouble anyone. So that is what I will say. So God is always watching. So remember, Poorva, God is always watching. Okay, over to you. Thank you.
Yes, ऊपर वाला सब देख रहा है, right? Yes, Munish, go ahead.
So Santosh, it was an excellent speech with excellent thoughts, and actually it was very interesting, and I was very engaged in your speech, sir. Because when you are given this kinds of topic, everybody is curious to know that what will come out of your speech, like what you will say. So you explained the things very well. The part that you said that in the morning the sun comes, it's given by the God. So it's very easy to understand, like from the perspective of the kid. And also your second, your instruction that God is watching you, and that if you do bad things, he may punish you. That is also a relevant thing with your topic. So overall, your speech was a complete speech, and I personally liked the thoughts, and don't have any recommendation. I will suggest Poorva if she can give some recommendation if she has any. I don't have any recommendation.
I too loved it. As a kid, I got convinced with what he said. The main thing about it's not about the content also. He was very kind. He was just innocent like a kid. And the way he expressed it sounds more convincing to a child. So I guess you are a great parent, Santosh, if you are one then. Yes. Okay, now let's go ahead with Rahul. Rahul will speak and Chintan will evaluate. Okay. Yes. Okay. Why do I have to go to bed every day? Why do I have to go to bed every day?
There was a time when there was no electricity. Do you know how did people understand what they had to do? Imagine a place when there were no light bulbs, no electricity, nothing around. There was only one big bulb in the sky. That was the sun. People used to work during that time, and when the sun would set, it would be dark. People understood this is the time to rest. When else will you sleep and rest and heal your body? During the day, it's fun. You can play around, you can enjoy, and everyone will be there. The birds will be there, the animals will be there, and it will be bright and beautiful. But at night, you can't see anything. Everyone is asleep. Why are you standing out of the crowd and spoiling your night? It's best to rest at night, heal your body. And if you feel like having fun, there's always dreams where you can go slowly and have a second round of fun. This is the reason why people go to sleep. This is the reason why people go to bed. Keep dreaming. Thank you.
You're so true. I still do it. I go to sleep because I want to dream. Yes, okay. Yes, Chintan, go ahead.
So I'm no child expert, but generally children ask why to get up early in the morning rather than going to bed. But the question which Rahul addressed, it was the best way possible. He had used the analogy of sun with the electricity, as well as he correlated with the topic that why to go to sleep. And he ended with a great and on a high note about keep dreaming. The only thing I wouldn't to suggest is there were some points which was kind of a heavy stuff for a children to understand, like why to stand out of the crowd and enjoy the life thing. That would have been diluted to a level of a child. The other parts of the speech were perfectly fine for a child, but only those few lines were really heavy. Those were the profound sentences used. So I think that might have been used in a mild way, could have made your speech to another level. Over to you, Poorva.
Yes, what I feel now, Chintan, is that sometimes we underestimate kids. They are more wiser than we can think. So, few things which kids might understand, no adult will understand. This is the profoundness of kids, I feel. So, maybe the child could understand, who knows. But yes, that could be a probable recommendation as well. Now, let's go ahead with Munish, and you will be evaluated by Rahul. The question is, why can't I see my eyes? Why can't I see my eyes?
From where did you get the question, Poorva?
Illogical question.
Poorva goes around asking children in school, "Arey bachche log, kuch to question पूछो मुझे."
I want to conduct a session on clean, so give me the questions.
Oh my God. I have also asked this question to my parents and they could not answer me. So now I'm asking you, Manish.
Okay. So there are many things about our body that we cannot see. It's not about you cannot see your eyes, but there are many things like your back, your nose, your face. These are many things we cannot see because our eyes are made to see the world, not our only body. Now, just assume that your eyes are made in a way that you can see only your body and not the world outside. So how will you live in this world? How will you move? How you will see, talk to others, or and your so this is a part of a body like our eyes. Like every part of a body has some kind of there is a reason for its existence. Like your nose. So your nose is not to see; it is to breathe. Your mouth is to speak; it is not to breathe or to see something, right? So these parts are made that they have certain role to play in your body. And the most important part is your mind, that you have to develop your mind, you have to work over your mind, and you have to use these parts of body like your ears, your eyes, so that you can learn, you can consume what you can see or listen, and that you can these things you can put in your mind so that you can know more and you can learn and you can become a good person and you can see what is right and what is wrong. And if you want to see your eyes, you can go to the mirror and see your eyes. We have so many mirrors in our house. But the question is like not to see whether to see our eyes or not. But the main thing is that these parts of body have a role, and they are made by God to have certain roles in their life and on our body. Over to you. So difficult questions.
Thank you. Smartly answered, Manish. Yes, Rahul. Go ahead.
So when Munish was asked this question, I could not understand what type of these questions are. These can really stump people. Will not understand how to speak on it, what to speak on it, and what not to speak on it. And again, when Munish started answering the question, I could only think of answering in his place. Kisne bola hai? You can't see your eyes. Go look in the mirror. So he used that at the end, which is a good point. Good point, because sometimes children do look for answers, and to give an answer directly also helps. Positive things I wanted to focus on the speech. Now coming to the speech is that he started with a very difficult topic, but he gained momentum. He was going on talking about something with confidence. To build up confidence in a short duration is something commendable. Sometimes we are unaware of how to go ahead, but somehow he found a link and he added upon growing and growing, and it wouldn't be seen that he wasn't prepared. So the confidence gave more boost to his speech. It kept everyone listening. We wanted to understand what he's going to say, something else to this. He added an analogy of how every sense or every part of.
Yes. I guess Munish has a lot of experience with kids, definitely. Now I'm pretty sure about
I don't have any experience. Zero experience with kids.
So
It's
Poorva,
just like
just a quick comment that after attending this session or such session for 2-3 times, I can speak any table topic, any moment of time.
Yes. This is really the most difficult, I guess, to tackle it.
Yeah,
You
this is-
can do
and-
this,
and-
you can do anything.
and I was not expecting that it would be difficult. I was expecting it would be a childish kind of thing, but it is like very good.
Yes. Okay, now we are done with the second round. Let's proceed towards the third round. We'll start with Munish. Okay. And start, and you will be evaluated by Santosh. Santosh, are you there? Yeah.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay.
In second round, did Santosh speak? He was the first, right?
Yes, he was the first one. No, I am marking it here, so don't worry, I'll not miss out anyone.
No, but I like to listen the stories he shares, so I would learn something.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So this is one more tricky question. Why do things cost money? Why do things cost money? And Munish, yeah, you will be evaluated by Santosh. Yeah, that's it.
So the first thing is that money is an important part of a life. You see that I go to the office every day and spend the whole day on my laptop, and I'm talking and I'm spending time on my office. That is because I want to earn money, and money is needed so that we can buy things, right? You also know that. But why things cost money? Like, because whenever people do something, they ask that their price. For example, if something is doing something good, he wants something in return. If somebody is doing something bad, he will not get the price. So money is the price that you get for the things the people do good things. Suppose you are buying a notebook. If it's a very dirty notebook or small notebook, then you will pay very less price, like 5 rupees, 7, 10 rupees. But if you are buying a notebook that is that is very good looking and very well maintained or something, then you will have to pay the good price for it. So money is actually the price you pay for the things. If you build good things like this house, you are living in a good house, right? So we have to pay the price to live in this good house. That is why we spend a day in working hard, so that we can get more money and we can have more good things in our life. If you will, if you don't have money, then you will end up buying those things which are not useful, or which have not that kind of effect, or you cannot enjoy your life, right? So money is something that we should take care of. We should also save our money, so that we can gather this money and spend. And when the money is the saving is good, then we can buy good things with the money. Thank you.
Yes, yes, Santosh, go ahead.
Yeah, to start with, it was a nice explanation. Yeah, he explained the concept well. Yeah, might be I will think that it is from my side, it is like a maybe around about 12 to 15 age group people. This concept will they will understand, because he tried why I'm going to office, and then what I can buy in a money. Okay, so that kind of things will be explained to that kind of age group. But yeah, to for a smaller people, I think more softer language will be required. But that is what I think. Means if the age group is between us 5 to 10, 5 to 7, they ask this type of question, and that the explanation should be with a very what I say, the language will be which they can understand. So
Yes. Yes, Santosh, you can add that in the chat if you want to add it. Okay, let's move quickly to the next speaker. It would be Rahul. Rahul, yes. Okay, Munish just spoke and Santosh evaluated. So Rahul will speak and Munish will evaluate. Okay. Yes. The question is, why is that man laying on the street? Why is that man laying on the street, right? There are people, homeless people, or other people who lay in the street. So kids might ask why he's laying on the street. How would you answer that?
If you want to know why the man is laying on the street, why don't you go ask him? Usually such questions can be difficult for people to answer. But in reality, we all don't know what could be the actual reason. Our life has got different circumstances, and depending on luck and our efforts, things can change. Always be optimistic and put in your efforts. Don't get distracted by the bad effects of life. Stay away from different vices. Usually, these are the reasons why people become homeless. A man is laying on the street because he has lost his home, or he got distracted from his path towards having a family and a home. This is a reminder of how things of life can be harsh at times. The best we can do is support him by giving him some food or giving him some spare change. But never ever shun upon them. Always remember that this is a person who is facing some struggle in their life. It can be something which can happen to anyone at any time. Depending on the situation, things can be different, and depending on the situation, things can turn out well. Take effort in understanding how things can change for them and how you can contribute to them. In the end, that man laying on the street tomorrow could be someone who is having a good shelter over his head. Thank you.
Oh my God, you were so sad, Rahul. You took it too seriously. Okay, yes, Munish, please go ahead.
You started with this question that you can ask him or something that was irrelevant. After that, you went to some kind of a theoretical, or so not theoretical, I would say, some type of spiritual type of things like optimistics, and we should be optimistic or something. So it was as a perspective of kids, like things were going a little for that age group, for like I had done, like it was for the age group that for in the perspective of child, it was little difficult to understand this optimism, that what is optimism, and why these people are on street and why they are homeless. So some basic answers to that would be, I think, more relevant thing, like they have for example, they have bad habits, they don't listen or something. It's very basic answer, what uh, Santosh can tell those answers well. But as a perspective child, if I have listened, it's not it's for the age group that can be.
Yes, it was too. I mean, when you said that, why don't you ask them? So that for me sounded a bit rude for the child. The child is very sincerely asking you, so maybe you can just say that कि पी के बैठ गया था करके. That is why it happened.
I was also answering the child sincerely. जाके पूछ ले.
But if the kid have listened to you, he would have got nirvana in the childhood itself.
Okay. Now let's go. Can we have now Santosh will speak and Chintan will evaluate. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the question is, why does this world go on forever and we do the same thing over and over again every day? I hope you understood the question.
Okay, I will again assume Poorva is my kid and explain to her. See, Poorva, why we do the same thing again and again? See, normally daily we woke up in the morning, we see sun also woke up with us, right? And sun also goes as time goes on. Sun goes from one direction, goes up, and then goes to another direction. It again goes down and again comes up from the same direction, right? So why? Because he do his he do his work. That is his work given by the God. So he goes up, he do many things during his daytime, then he go for a sleep and again do the resting. So similarly, when the sun goes, the moon comes from another direction, and again the moon goes from here and then goes to the other direction, right? So why do you think why they are doing that? That is because, Poorva, that is God has given them the instruction to do so. So similarly, your daddy also wakes up in the morning, do his yoga and go for his work, right? Right now he's doing work from home, but he's doing his work daily, right? And at the end, at around 6 o'clock, he goes to the sleep, right? Why they is doing that? Because God has given that instruction to them. So similarly, you as a kid should listen to that instruction. But see, you cannot hear the God's instruction. That you need to hear what mama says to you, right? Or papa says to you, and that you need to follow that instruction, right? So whatever God says, we are doing it, and you also need to do that, because you are also a good student, right? Good person. So that God will give you the good marks, and once the God give you the good marks, Santa will come and will give you the good gift at the Christmas, right? Yesterday when the Santa came and gave you the gift, right, Purva? You got a good gift. Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason you need to hear the papa's instruction, mama's instruction, because that are given by the God, and you don't need to ask question. So even if you are repeating the same thing again and again, you need to follow that, right? So Purva, hope you understand that. Over to you.
Oh my. I couldn't stop laughing the entire time. I forgot to show the timing cards. Oh my god.
Santosh is like expert in this. Like his all the answers is on the top.
He really speaks like the teachers that I had in, when I was a small kid. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. Yes. But it's very cute. It's very
Perfect,
cute
very-
and innocent. That brings the entire charm, and I was very happy. And yes, and you crossed the time limit. Okay, it's almost
is it?
2 minutes 37 seconds.
Oh, I didn't see the timer, right? So I thought.
Yeah, I forgot. I was so lost into it. I just forgot to show the timing cards. I'm sorry for it. Yes. All right. Yes, Chintan, you can go ahead and evaluate.
Just after listening to the question, I would have either beaten the child or given a chocolate. No other option. But the way Santosh has taken, I think he had shown great, trait of a great storyteller, that how to weave a story and deliver a right message at the right time. The only recommendation I have is when he mentioned that God has created sun and moon, that part was a bit overstretched. So the length of the speech were also overshooted at the time, or it was felt like repeating the same thing, but for over a period of time. At the last, when you added a point of Santa, that could have brought a bit earlier. That's my opinion. Or you could have added that the same thing what you have said at the last, that you should listen to instructions of your parents, so that you will be, as you are a good person or a good student. Those things could have been concised to make it more powerful. Otherwise, a great storytelling approach, and definitely a worthy speech for a child, I would say. Over to you.
Yes. And because he could not see the timing card, that was my mistake. If he would have seen it, maybe he would have wrapped it up earlier. So there, you got it. Okay. Yes, let's go ahead with Chintan now, and you will be evaluated by Rahul. And Rahul, this time you have to do it in 1 minute itself.
I'll speak less so Rahul can cover up in the evaluation.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Why don't crabs have eyebrows? Why don't crabs have eyebrows?
Crabs have eyebrows.
Crabs. Yes. Or do you want me to change the question if it's too difficult?
Yes, please.
Should I change? What do others
Yes.
say?
Yes.
Okay, I will take that as yes. Even I found this too absurd. Okay, why there are just 28 days in February?
So when God sat down with all the great people to decide how many days should we keep in a month, they just, sat with a pen and paper and decided that let's have 30 for a few months, 31 for a few, and they have forgotten to give number to February. At the time when they came to know that we have forgotten, they thought that what to do now. And a person among them told that let's have something different and have only 28 days in a month, so that we would have difference in 12 months, and you will get more less number of days to go to school, and you will have more enjoyment, because we have only 28 days, so you will have more more time to enjoy, and you will get same amount of Sundays in the month as the other days, and you will have more holidays in the school. So that's the reason we have only 28 days in the February. And if you work hard and do your homework, I think God will decide some other day that we will have few more months of 28 days as well. Over to you.
Thank you, Chintan. Yes, Rahul, go ahead.
Interesting way of putting forward. I'm not sure if how many of you or even Chintan knows why there are 28 days, 28 or 29 days in February. But again, even if you know this reason, it is going to be a bit tricky to explain it to a child. So there was a nice creative way of explaining and how should I put it, attracting a sense of interest in the child. The child would be more interested. Oh, I'm getting holidays. Oh, now I know I can have more fun. Oh, the month gets over quickly. There are many Sundays in this, so more holidays. Oh, if I well behave, then the number of days in a month can also change later on. So this is also something that I should look forward to. This is a very engaging way of having a speech where the child will be hooked on to what's more, what's more, what's more. And Chintan over here is able to understand what the child wants. So giving a speech is very important when you understand what is the intention of the audience and how to play with it. So in a way, he got a difficult topic and put it in a very fun way for a child.
Good. Yes, let's
Yeah,
congratulate
managed.
Rahul for completing it within 50 seconds. This is nice. But yeah, even I found it very interesting. I would have loved to listen all the stories. I guess I would like to appreciate even Chintan. In the first two rounds, he was just perplexed with the questions, but in the third round, he performed so well. So good at improving, Chintan. And with this, we complete the third round itself. I know we are over time by 17 minutes, but I guess we really did not waste much time. But I hope that you have enjoyed this session.
Why not you have a question?
Yes, but have you prepared? Then I will answer.
No, I think Santosh or Rahul will give a question.
I have a nice question for you.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Who's going to time it? I have to time it. Who will? I don't want to evaluate. I'll give the question.
You all can evaluate me. Okay, don't worry.
Okay, I'm thinking of a question for you. Something equally horrible and fun. What will happen if you can choose between the questions, Poorva?
Okay, great.
What will happen if I don't go to school?
Okay, I'll answer this.
दूसरा क्वेश्चन सुना ही नहीं.
No, I really like this question. I would like to answer it. What will happen if I don't go to school? Okay, who is going to time it? Should I time it?
I'll time it, but I cannot able to see the show the card, so I'll put it in the chat box, right?
Okay.
Would it be fine?
Yes.
Okay.
What will happen if you don't go to school? Well, let me tell you, beta, how did school start at the first place? This school was started by those people who wanted to create slaves. They wanted people to study hard so that they can work for them, and they just continually work till the end of their life. They wanted slaves, and this is continuing till now. Many people find worth in becoming slaves these days. But my dear child, let me tell you now, because I'm your mother, you don't need to go to school. Because I know that schools mostly produces idiots. And you can choose to not go to school. Because there are great people like Albert Einstein who were educated by their mothers and they went on to become great people in the society. So you can always choose. Nothing bad is going to happen. Conversely, I would say that you might not have your intelligence get corrupted. you will be very real when you grow up. So it's really good if you don't go to school and just sit in the house. All that you need in your life is to know basic maths, addition, multiplication, division. Apart from that, you don't need anything else which I can teach you. You need to know ABCD, which I can teach you, and that's all that you need, my dear child. So yes, what will happen if you don't go to school? You will remain intelligent forever. Nobody on this planet would be able to kill your intelligence. That's what will happen. Thank you. I really feel okay that we should stop sending kids to school. Now, I would have really said that to a kid. That kid would be so happy that I won't be, forced to go to school, I guess.
What will happen when
Took
some
1 minute
other
30
child will
seconds.
listen to this and he will go and tell his mother? Then the mother will come to you and complain, complaining what you're teaching my
The
children.
time of Einstein was different, and the personality of Einstein was different, I guess. So
No, but I really feel
although theoretically it sounds very true, but think of a future of a child who always see the other children going to school and getting grades and everything fun in the school. Then
I
a
don't
child
think
remains.
people enjoy school really. And
Okay.
I would like to be honest with my child. Okay, here, let's forget that what we have been taught by the society, why school is good. It's really not good. Okay, they really destroy your intelligence. Really, they teach us what you should think, okay, not how to think. And that is too toxic. And the child needs to know reality. The faster he learns the reality, the happier he's going to be in his life, I feel.
Then let the child be the best teacher and change the educational system, no?
Yes, but the educational system will not change so fast. We need to be the first ones. So I need to start. Yes, isn't it? That is why I'm starting. Anyway, but yes, there are multiple opinions.
Purva,
Yes.
I have one more question for you. Like, then we can evaluate. Although you have answers to all the questions, I would like to take a chance on this also.
Yes.
Okay. So my question is, why animals have tail and I don't have?
Did you just Google it?
No. I was about to ask that first, but
Okay. Why animals have tail and I don't?
yes.
Okay, if you were my child, Munish, then I would say, Beta, actually we have been evolved from animals. Okay, we all were animals at one point of time, and at that time we did have long tails. But as we developed our intelligence, since humans, as we humans, we are the most intelligent thing on this planet, and we evolved, and that is how we switched to be a more, we dropped that tail because it was no longer needed to us. And then we grew to become chimpanzees, and slowly they evolved to become humans, and humans lost their tail that way. That's the reason behind it. Yes, that's all from my side. Well, it's true, by the way. You don't have to be always entertaining. You can be informative as well and convince your child. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, if I were given that question, then I don't have any answer to that maybe. But you explained really well, and in your previous also, you are a very good like to explaining it to the kids. Like you are very like Santosh, you are also very good at it. Like talk to the point. You also talk in their perspective, in their sense also. To you can change yourself to you can come at that age level group at their age, like you can get into their mind and speak to their mind also. And it is important that when like me and Chintan, when we speak, we can go beyond beyond, we can become spiritual and something like that. But it is important that we talk in their terms, and you are very good at that in both the speeches.
Thank you so much, Manish. Well, but apart from that, if you had to give me any recommendation, serious evaluation, then we can do as that as well.
Recommendation is like second speech was little smaller. You stopped earlier, I think. You were explaining it. You were explaining the points that, but you should have gone much further, like after
Yes.
what happened, that why that after we drop the tail, like what are the effects, after effects of it, like why human being developed, and what are, and where we reach now. Like they are animals, they will stay animals because it is their identity that they have tail. But we have evolved and we have become human, good humans or something like that. Like it was a little short, you just stretch it a little bit, like
I would like to say here, I mean, I'm not arguing with you, but I have thought about it. Sometimes it's very important for kids to have short answers, right? You don't have to confuse them too much. It was exact to the point, I guess, whatever I had explained. I just did not want to make them feel like it's too burden. Itna kya bole ja rahi hai, mujhe samajh mein nahi aa raha. That should not happen with the kids. And specifically for this session, I and my mother had spent so much time. I also visited a counselor. Okay, she's in my neighborhood, and I discussed that I'm going to conduct this session. What do you think I should add to that clean format and all? And so she clearly told me sometimes even one line answer can satisfy the kid. You don't have to, just because it is table topics, we don't have to speak for 2 minutes. Okay, this is a special kids session, so you can cut short your explanation, I feel. Yes. All right. Yes. And okay, if anybody doesn't have anything more to speak, then I'll just open this floor for feedback. I ask it every day, even today is no exception. And the thing is, I really wanted to ask something, I forgot. Okay. Okay, yes, the content that I put up, I mean, the acronyms and all, are they relevant? Do you think it is useful, or do you think it is not that useful, it's not that necessary? Or what do you think about it? Clean, cute, all that I have been
I
putting
think
up?
that it is very good, and it is easy to remember these things with that format. Like close, I will always remember the close. I think it was my first experience, and I have never attended any session like that. But and my profession is linked to sales also, so I I will always remember this close format, just because it is a close. It is used, if the close word is used, it is related to the part also, and it is easy to remember also. So, and the second is like star technique also, so it was also great. So so all the top, so it is very easy to remember this thing, and you are doing very good thing on making the acronyms and using a word. So for me it is very helpful. It was obviously, but today I thought that uh, the words are something like, first calmly listen. I think they are same word, C and L first. I
No,
think
they are not
first.
same. Calmly is like your body, it's about your body language, and listening is not related to body language, it's your mental situation, right? It is
Okay,
the part of your mental state.
so
So it's not.
it would be calm, and like calm, then second is listen, right? It is this. First is stay calm, the second is listen.
I wanted to match with that letter, so I kept it calmly listen
Okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay. I thought that it is same thing, like calmly listen. I thought that it has become two words. So it can be calm, then the second is listen. Stay calm and
Yes,
then
oh
listen.
yes, that can also
Okay,
happen.
okay. No, it was good. It was good. I have no issues.
Yeah, yes, and it should be helping everyone. And I want, if it is not helping you, it is pointless. And you can tell me that as well if you thought that it was not that relevant or what could have been improved. Okay, anyone who would like to add something? Yes, Chintan, I know you will always speak. Yes, so yes, please go ahead.
So kudos to you for coming up with so innovative techniques, and for the efforts you put in creating the questions and the sessions. Today's session I found really interesting because I never expected such kind of questions. As I said that no prior experience of having having so close to kid, and if they ask a question, then I generally take them or deflect them to other thing. But definitely this session brought creative aspect of us out, so that we would able to create kind of stories, and when we listen to it, we also, because of the concept itself, we were calm listening to it, as well as our ideas tried to get creative aspects of it. So it was really helping and innovative. So keep doing the great work what you are doing. And I really like that you today applied that mute unmute thing, and we try to save some time, and really appreciate. Even Rahul has tried to complete entire speech in a time. It's a great thing. And I also keep on going when it comes to feedback, so I'll improve upon my giving feedback timing as well. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Also, I had to click the group photo. I almost forgot. So can you all please turn on your videos? Yeah, this Munish. Yes. Pose. Thank you so much. Yes, you are done. Yes, and I would especially like to take the feedback from Santosh, since it is his first session. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw those group messages for last 3-4 days. So was not understanding what is a kids way or something like that. So I was eager to join this, and this was the first time I joined it, and it was a good. The questions you put it for us are good, and you said that you discussed this with your mother and then counselor as well. So it's a good efforts from your side as well. So thanks for that. I was not thinking that this will be also a table topic kind of round, but yeah, it was also good things, because kids also always ask us these questions anywhere, means at home or anywhere, and we have to be ready with the such type of answer for their questions. So thanks, it's a nice round.
Thank you so much. Yes. So I guess if Rahul, you want to speak something, you can go ahead and we can probably end the meeting.
Yeah, thank you again for arranging this meeting, and I'll keep it short because I'm practicing my time management. I'm glad that you took the feedback from last meeting on Saturday, that how we can limit time. Chintan also pointed it out. Chintan and Munish did a lot of saying, which I also echo their thoughts regarding the format, how you have got these different acronyms to help us remember how to follow a systematic pattern. And again, just remembering concepts can get difficult. So having an acronym is easy to remember, easy to recollect, and also this practice keeps on experimenting with different type of styles, different situations. So I'm looking forward to what you have got next. Thank you.
Yes. Actually, I had planned something else today, but then I thought it might be too easy for everyone, or maybe people won't like it. So I changed it. I took 1 hour to decide the topic itself. Yes, but I guess it turned out well. And also today I was so scared to mute you all. Okay. I generally don't like to stop people in between. I really love listening to people. If people can go on speaking, I would listen to them forever. So it was very difficult for me. But I guess you people are so kind to me and you did not get angry. Thank you so much for that.
And Poorva, I gave specific suggestion of muting because I also arrange some group discussions, and we follow the similar approach, as we are familiar now and all are interested to speak and all understand the value of time. So it's okay, we all understand, and we really appreciate that you take our feedback and really apply to it. So it's a great way, and thank you for that. Even you prepared a slide that you will unmute and then we can put our message in the chat. That's really commendable.
Yes, thank you.
Correct.
And also the feedback that Rahul gave to me, that you need to prepare one doc where you write what things is going to happen in the meeting. I'm preparing that, but it will take some time.
No worries.
So I'll implement it slowly. Yeah, guys.